Hello, good morning students. Today we are discussing the lecture number 2 for discovery of neutron. Yesterday we have discussed how to detect the proton and electron, and today we are going to discuss about the discovery of neutron. Understood students? Okay. The smallest atomic mass at the time of the J. Thomson. The discovery of neutron by the James Chadwick. James Chadwick, who has discovered the neutron. Understood students? Okay. First of all, scientists know that the smallest mass of the element is hydrogen. The atomic mass of hydrogen, smallest atomic mass is hydrogen. Hydrogen atomic mass is very small as compared to the other element. At that time, they believe that the hydrogen is the very smallest element. With the respective hydrogen, they are measuring the other element atomic mass with respect to hydrogens. So, helium atomic mass. What is the helium atomic mass? So, if helium atomic number is 2, if helium atomic number is 2 and hydrogen atomic number is 1, it means the 2 hydrogen atom must be equal to the helium atomic number. So what about the atomic mass? If the helium atomic mass is when we are comparing helium atomic mass, so helium is so heavier than the 2 hydrogen atom. Helium is heavier than the hydrogen atom. Right, students? So that's why I am showing here the like a weighing machine. What is the weighing machines are available now, sir, students? The grain merchant shop. So this is the weighing. The helium is heavier than the 2 hydrogen atom. So the 2 hydrogen mass is not equal to the helium mass. Both are different. Right. So the James Chadwick has conducted an experiment. While conducting his experiment, he observed that he using the alpha ray. Alpha ray means, students, the helium nucleus. Helium nucleus we called as a alpha ray. Helium nucleus is nothing but a alpha ray. Helium nucleus is nothing but a alpha ray. When alpha ray are passed towards the beryllium metal plate, alpha ray passed to the beryllium metal plate, then what happens, students? The alpha helium or interact with the beryllium B. The atomic mass is 9, atomic number is 4. Here its atomic mass 9 and this atomic mass is 4. Right, students? So helium, we are using helium, so that's why can I consider as, so the helium atomic mass, helium. So we are using helium. When we compare on this basis of reaction, helium combined with beryllium to form carbon 12, and the atomic number is 6, and one element is formed, that is some. So the carbon particles are formed here. The carbons are forms, and that carbons are forms. After formation of the carbon particle, carbon 12, the one of the uncharged particles are there. The uncharged particle. This uncharged particle is neither attracted to the cathode or neither attracted to the anode or nor cathode. Right, students? So when helium combined with the beryllium to form carbon 12, after formation of carbon 12, and the uncharged particles are there. The uncharged particle neither attract to anode and cathodes. So that uncharged particles, he considered that the helium mass is different from the atomic numbers. At that time, they considered that the helium atomic mass is not equal to helium atomic number. Helium atomic mass is different from the helium atomic number, right? Helium atomic mass is not equal to the atomic numbers, right? So that's why the some atomic mass, so helium atomic mass is heavier or larger than the atomic number. So by this experiment, the James Chadwick has come to the conclusion some uncharged particles exist in the element. Due to that reason, atomic mass is different from the atomic number. Right, students? Some uncharged particles exist in the atom. Due to that reason, atomic mass is different from the atomic number, or you may say atomic mass heavier than the atomic number. So this is the reason, students, here. Understood, students? So in this method he discovered the James Chadwick has discovered the neutron. The atom contains some neutral particle. James Chadwick said that atom contains some neutral particle. It neither attracted to the positive and negative field he called as a neutral particle. He called as a neutron. Right, students? Okay, next heading, students, charge to mass ratio of electrons. So James Chadwick only determined the ratio of electron and the mass of electrons, the charge to the mass ratio. Charge to the mass ratio of electrons calculated by the James Chadwick. He using this type of the apparatus. In this apparatus, he is passing the cathode ray. He is passing cathode ray. So this cathode ray move through this hole and the directly hit on the fluorescent screen. Fluorescent screen. Directly hit on the fluorescent screens here. Directly hit on fluorescent skin. Questions. Again, what he do? He applied the electric field. When we know that the cathode ray is negatively charged. When we apply the electric field here, these are deflected on the upside this region, because due to the electric field they are attracted on the ray, rather than moving straight line, they are deflected on this side. The upside, that is the positive field side, or you may say positive field side. Right, students? When we apply the magnetic field, then the radiation travel from north pole to south pole. Due to that reason, it deflected on the bottom side. The ray is deflected on the bottom side. So he observed that when electric field applied, the ray moved towards on the top side. When you apply the magnetic field, the ray moved towards on the bottom side on the fluorescent screen. When he using the both field, electric as well as magnetic field, when he applied the electric as well as magnetic field, then and adjusted the both electric and magnetic field, he just adjusted. When he adjusted, the electric fields are moved in a straight line, hit on the fluorescent screen. In the straight forward lines. So magnetic field is equal to, then whatever the magnetic field he used, that magnetic field, the magnetic field he considered as the BeV. B is the magnetic field force, E is the electron charge, V is the volume velocity of electrons, right? And whatever the electrons are there, the electrons are travel with the centripetal force. The electron which is traveling in a centripetal force, the centripetal force value is mv square by r, right? And we compare both equation 1 and 2, we got Be is equal to mv square by r, right? Again we are rearranging the equation. We got B is equal to mv square by r. The v get cancelled. The v get cancelled. We got B is equal to mv by r. Right, friends. Afterwards again we are rearranging because we want to calculate the charge by mass ratio. That's why we are using again we have to using this m as a denominator. The E by m is equal to V by br. Right, friends. So magnetic field B, we know that magnetic field BeV is equal to EE, electric field electrons, right? So V is equal to E by B. Again rearranging this equation, V is equal to E by B. V is equal to the E by B. V is equal to E by B. E by B. E get cancelled. V is equal to E by B. So putting the V value, velocity of electron, putting the V value in equation 3. In equation 3, the V value can be substituted on the equation 3. We got E by m is equal to V by br. Em is equal to E by B square by R. We got B square E, B square by R. In this E value, substitute the E by B. Right. Then he put the value of E, electric field, value of the magnetic field, and value of the radius of the electrons. Then he got the charge to the mass ratio is constant. Charge, electron charge E, and their mass M. Charge to the mass ratio. Electron charge per mass of the atom is 1.7588 10 to the power of 511 coulombs per kg. Understood, students? The charge. Next heading, the charge on the mass, charge on the electrons. So afterwards, after the finding the electron, proton, neutron, the scientists want to conclude that what is the charge of electrons. So with the help of R.A. Milken's methods, this experiment is not briefly there explained. We just go for a very short term, very short. The R.A. Milken's help to determine the oil drop experiment to determine the charge on the electron. So R.A. Milken's, he is a chemist who is a scientist who determined the charge of electrons. He determined the charge of electron to be 1.6 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. The present accepted value of the electrical charge is minus 1.6022 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. So mass of electron Me was determined by the combining the result. The Thomson value is E by M ratio. With the help of the charge by mass ratio, they Thomson had to find the charge of electrons. Let's see. So mass of electron is that is the E, that is charge of electrons. E is the charge of electrons, and E by Me is the charge to mass ratio of electrons. When charge of electrons are divided by the charge to mass ratio of electrons, then we got the mass of electron is we got the mass of electron 9.1094 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kilogram. Right, friends? So this is the mass of electrons. Right? Understood, students? Just you remind the value, how is the value occurs. Just you keep in mind this is the value, students. Properties of fundamental particles. So atoms, the fundamental properties they were discovered. Electron, the symbol is considered as a E. Absolute charge per coulomb minus 1.6022 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. Relative charge minus 1. Mass of electron per kg is 9.10939 into 10 to the power of minus 31. Mass per U stand for unit, already we have discussed in the last chapter. U for atomic mass unit or unified mass, that is 0.0054. Approximate mass is 0. Right, students. Proton P 1.6022 10 to the power of 19 coulomb. Relative charge is plus 1 and the mass per kg. Proton charge per kg is 1.6722 10 to the power of minus 27 per kg. Mass of proton per Unified mass is 1.0022727. Approximate mass is 1. Neutron and absolute charge 0, relative charge is 0, mass is per kg 1.67493, 10 power of minus 27. Mass per unit is 1.0867. Approximate mass is 1. It means when you compare the neutron mass is a little bit heavier than the proton. Neutron mass is a little bit heavier than the protons. Understood? So this is the fundamental particle of atoms. I hope you understood, students. If you have any doubt, then ask me, students. Thank you. So next topic is the atomic model of atom. The atomic model of atoms, in which we have to discuss about the two model. First one, Thomson model of atom. Second one, Rutherford nuclear model of atom. So let's discuss first one, Thomson model of atom. J.J. Thomson proposed that the atom possesses spherical shape in which positive charge is uniformly distributed. The atoms are in a spherical shape, right? The spherical shape. In this spherical shape, the more number of positive charges are distributed widely. They are uniformly distributed. They are distributed overall inside the atom. They are distributed like this. Like we are using, students, marbles. When we are spreading on the floor, it will distributed like that. They are distributed randomly inside the atom, right? And electrons are embedded in such manner to give a most stable electrostatic arrangement called as plum pudding, raisin pudding, or watermelon. So electrons are just embedded, in which the electrons are the 1, 2, M1, 2, in which the electrons are embedded in between the protons. In between the protons, electrons are embedded like this, in this form. The electrons are embedded into such manner to give the stable electrostatic force arrangement. The electrons are embedded, electrons are attached inside the atom along with proton, and the proton and electrons are held in the electrostatic forces. Proton and electrons are holding electrostatic forces. It look like the plum. The plum in which what are the red color portion is there when you cut the plum. Watermelon, when you cut the watermelon, the inside the red portions are considered as a protons. Inside red color portion considered as a protons. And whatever the seeds are there, black color seeds, just the pasting, the putting the black color seeds. That black color seeds are considered as a electrons. In this form, the model arrangement is given, and it can be visualized that the pudding or watermelon is a positive charge. Watermelon, red color portion is the watermelon, and the seeds are the electrons are just attached to it. Seeds are the electrons, just they are attached to each through a electrostatic force of attractions. Students, mass of the atom assumed to be uniformly distributed over the atom. Although this model was able to explain the overall neutrality of the atoms. This model also explains about the neutrality of the atoms. Understood, students? So neutrality of the atoms. Neutrality of the atom means, students, the number of positive charge equal to number of negative charge. So that is neutrality of the atom. If 100 number of positive charges are there, means 100 number of negative charge. If 1000 number of positive charge means 1000 number of negative charge. If hydrogen 1, proton 1 means electron is 1. Helium 2 proton means 2 electrons. So like this, the electrical neutrality maintained in the atom. The first model was explained by the Thomson model. This is about the Thomson model of atom. Yes, students. So this is the Thomson. He explained the first atomic model. It's look like a watermelon or plum pudding. Yes, students, understood? I hope you understood. If you have any doubt, then ask me, students. Thank you.